just outside of Orlando, Florida, the affluent suburb of Oviedo. Palm trees and expansive lawns line safe and friendly streets. To one family that settled here, it seemed like heaven. That is, until they were terrorized by one of the strangest monsters of all. One that no gates, no alarms, nor neighborhood watch can protect you from.
I was almost about to fall asleep, and what I thought was my sister came in.
Honestly, I don't think that it's ever going to go away until it does what it needs to do.
From time immemorial, it's been a terrifying omen, believed to foretell danger or imminent death.
Doppelganger is a very old term in Germany, translating to meaning double walker. It's defined as a paranormal double of a living person.
Doppelgangers are often described as an evil twin that's lurking in the world for each and every one of us. For Tana Leggett and her family, the legend is all too real. They were stalked by a dark and deadly doppelganger, one that seemed driven to wipe Tana out of existence and take her place.
As a mother and everything, you know every aspect of your children, and Tana's walk, her mannerisms, everything. I knew immediately that that's not Tana, can't be Tana. And then I thought, oh my gosh, something's went wrong.
Whether it's a warning of doom or a snatcher of souls, when a doppelganger comes to call, its message is sheer terror. One of the most famous cases of a doppelganger occurred in 1860, on the eve of Abraham Lincoln's first presidential election. After he arrived home, as he sat down to rest, he caught sight of himself in the mirror. Somehow, a second image materialized, pale and deathly.
The second image in that mirror, he said, had a face that was lined and was about 5 shades paler.
Another face next to my face.
When he spoke to his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, about what he had seen, she believed that it was a sign. And she interpreted it as he would be elected a second time, but the pallor and just the wan look of that second image, Mary Todd believed that he would not live to see the end of his term. And as we all know, he did not.
Reports of a doppelganger aren't confined to the history books. In Oviedo, Florida, the Leggett family experienced a home invasion like no other.
Have you seen my hairbrush? No idea.
We always had a very scientific as opposed to supernatural beliefs. To us, it's science will eventually figure everything out.
It's in Jordan's room. It's gotta be. Jordan!
Yet science couldn't explain what happened next.
Don't yell, Tana. Tell her to stop taking my brush.
April 2003.
Get out of my room.
An ordinary morning in the Leggett household.
Mom, she's cooking.
I just had 2 cups of coffee, settling down to watch my morning TV as I normally do.
I'm locked in my room. She can't just come in without asking. Take her brush. I just used her stupid brush. Seriously, you can't use your own brush? Now we're gonna be late. Look, the bus is out there. Go. Have a good day.
By 8 o'clock, the girls had both left for school. Finally, Kim had the house to herself.
The was on the couch. And Tana came walking out.
What are you doing? You're going to be late.
With a towel and a towel on her head.
You're going to be late for school.
5 miles away at Oviedo High School, Tana is settling into class. But back at the Leggett's home, Tana's mother is convinced she's still in the bathroom.
Why you're late?
Now I followed her in there and no one was there.
Tana, where'd you go?
There was literally no way that she could have. There was no doors, no way she could have gotten outside. What did I just see?
Later that day, Kim confronted Tana about missing the bus.
You were late. Tell the truth.
Mom, I swear. Stop saying I wasn't at school. I'm not lying.
She was on the bus, Mom. I promise.
She had no idea what I was talking about, and if she had missed classes, I would have gotten a call at home. No call came. I had no explanation for it. And, yeah, it kind of shook me up. You know, as I went over in my head, what could I have seen? And I just couldn't put two and two together.
The trouble was only getting started. As night fell, the sisters were in their separate rooms.
It was pretty late, and I was probably close to falling asleep, but not to the point where I was actually asleep. And all of a sudden, my sister, she walks in the room.
What are you doing? I don't have your brush. Get out of my room.
Jordan sensed that something was wrong.
Even though it was dark, I could still see that there was hair covering the face. And I couldn't see the eyes or anything.
Get out. Those aren't yours. Get out of my room. Get out. Mom!
My sister turned and walked away funny.
Most of the cases that I've researched, the person can tell that there's something a little bit different going on here, whether it's the way they move or the way they appear to them, but there is something off.
The next day, Jordan confronted Tana about the strange visit to her room.
It really freaked me out. That wasn't cool at all. Jordan, I swear, I wasn't in your room.
She said that I had walked in very purposely, very driven, and had walked back out.
Just stop. Why are you doing this?
She denied ever going in there.
Jordan, I swear.
And I was a little taken aback because I know what I saw.
I need a lock on my door.
I was shocked, absolutely shocked. I sat down and I thought, you know, something was going on.
She was very nervous at the time. She told me that it was very, very solid and very, very convincing that it should have been me.
Mom!
We just still couldn't explain it. We really couldn't.
Jordan took it upon herself to figure out what was stalking her family. The tech-savvy teen sought the help of a paranormal researcher online.
I receive emails from people about their own doppelganger encounters.
Is that the guy? Yep. Doppelgangers. Yeah, send it.
I did feel like it was maybe a possible sign of something going to happen, you know, whether it's something tragic or a death.
The family was beginning to fear that a doppelganger had Tana in its crosshairs, trying to kill her off and take her place. Tana was feeling anxious, her imagination running wild.
If I saw its face, honestly, not to sound the alarmist, but I think that would probably be the end for me. since it looked like me, it was already taking the identity of me. I was very concerned that I needed to stay protected.
Tana, I believe you. We're going to find out what's going on.
Within a few months, Tana had moved away to college. The family thought they had shaken free of Tana's dark double.
Tana's doppelganger was able to force that door to open. And I really, at that point, didn't know whether to feel unsafe or what to feel.
It was physically opening doors, and that freaked her out. I think that was the first time she was truly afraid of it.
In Florida in 2003, a doppelganger, a murderous mimic, began stalking 17-year-old Tana Leggett. After leaving home for college, Tana thought she was free. But her diabolical double wouldn't quit.
The situation changed quite a bit for me because I had never seen it be able to do anything physical.
One afternoon, Kim was at home resting on the couch.
The front door just kind of banged open. And I thought, oh my gosh, something's went wrong. I'm like, Tana, what's wrong? And still nothing.
As she stepped away from the door, Kim noticed something strange.
Are you okay?
It's almost as if she was moving too fast and walking, you know, at a slightly off, I feel the way I can describe it as almost different mannerisms.
It was searching for someone. Then it spoke.
There was nothing there. It was gone, vanished.
The fact that it was able to touch the door, or at least open the door, and the fact that it was trying to communicate in some sense was very alarming. Maybe it does have some manipulation as far as our physical world goes.
All Kim knew was the doppelganger was back, determined to get her daughter wherever she was.
I was working at a pizza restaurant as the opening manager, so I had to come into the store before anybody else. I was in the middle of actually just moving our little buckets of sanitizer around and setting up the actual way the store needed to be laid out for the day. I thought no one else was around. We didn't have our people come in until the store actually opened.
Whoever was there with Tana was up to no good.
Frank? Frank? Are you trying to scare me?
Finally, Tana saw it.
Through the ovens, I saw what really looked like me in my exact uniform for the day, walking very fast through the oven. Seeing it there, as solid as it was extremely alarming. It's found me. It knows where I were.
With none of her family around, Tana was in a showdown with a doppelganger.
No one else can help me, and who knows what this thing's actual intention is.
She thought if she locked eyes with it, it might mean instant death. Tana fled the building. She didn't dare look back.
Looking into whatever this creature's eyes, I think that would actually signal like the final death throes for myself. I think that would probably be the end for me.
When Tana called, she was, very shook up. She had sheer terror. And she said, Mom, I saw something. It was me. I saw the doppelganger.
After the harrowing glimpse of her supernatural self, Tana is afraid it won't stop until it achieves its dark mission.
I do feel and fear, especially being as close the last time that it came, that it will find me again. Honestly, I don't think that it's ever going to go away until it's done.